I'm Nate Lind, and we're here to uncover the success stories behind the numbers. We'll dive into the story of a website closer's client whose journey is as inspiring as it is unpredictable. Ellis, why did you decide to list your business with us instead of going somewhere else? And it sounded like you had already been somewhere else. Well, why go with us instead of going back with them or trying somebody else?
I think it's the most important thing, or the most valuable detail I've seen you guys provide was the access to a very valuable network of possible investors, buyers. I've definitely talked with other companies, and I thought they had good relationships, but not really applicable to digital first businesses. And that was one of the biggest selling points. I thought the call was not salesy. They were not trying to get me right away and get me to sign a deal. They were just basically answering my questions, telling me about their previous experience a little bit. But definitely, I felt like Paul was underselling at times. In fact, I remember one very interesting event. At some point, I was not responding to his emails. For some reason, I've given him a secondary email address. And I was not checking that email address too often. Like I said, selling the business was not my number one priority. And I woke up one day and I realized, I haven't checked that email address in like a week. I log in, just check it out, and I got an email from Paul saying, "Hey, Ellis, I think you're not serious enough. I'm out of this." Like he was not even trying to tell me, "Come on, try to get back to me as soon as possible." Not even like he knows what he's doing. He knows if he's not working with serious people, he's not gonna waste his time. He's not gonna waste his time on the client side, not on the buyer side. I mean, I guess I understood from that point on, I need to be more proactive. And since he is the same, I should be the same. And I felt like our communication went much better from that point onwards.
Who were some of the types of people that you were put in touch with? Was it individuals? Was it competitors? Was it strategic companies, financial companies, private equity firms? Tell me, what was your experience with that, and kind of who was it that you were talking to?
At the price point we were selling, we ran into individuals for the most part.
Yep.
I think we did have one or a couple of private companies that were looking to add another brand to their portfolio. But for the most part, I felt like we were talking with individuals trying to get into the space, into the industry, and to have something established, not something that they would have to start from scratch. So yeah, those types of people were the ones that we've been in contact with.
Yeah, and that's a huge group. For businesses that are for sale under $5 million, those individuals can get SBA loans for 80, 70, 80, 90% of the transaction, and then be able to pay it off over 10 years, which it's an incredible business ownership opportunity. And so that's one of those things that I think is, really, really cool, that we've got such a large network of those individual buyers, and they're serious buyers and they've got money.
Yeah.
It looked like you guys got 3 indications of interest, or 3 LOIs. How did Paul handle the negotiation process with the buyers?
I think he was very open to see what I think of them first. But at the same time, he did not let me make any mistakes. I think he used his expertise wisely without having me influenced if I wouldn't have wanted it to. I think he waited until he got my full perspective, and then he knew I always wanted his perspective as well, because I know he's been through this quite a few times, a lot more times than me. And he let me have a go at it and have a think, take a few days and think about the offers we got. But at the same time, before we put out the offer to the potential buyers, he always told me his opinion as well, based on previous experience and similar deal sizes.
Would you have wanted to manage that process by yourself if you had not had a broker?
Oh, no, definitely not. So he always gave us freedom to talk and negotiate, but at the same time, he was always telling us what's the guardrails, what should we expect, or I guess, I don't know how much they communicated on the buyer side. But he's always been very proactive, not stepping in too much and giving us freedom, but at the same time trying to help out both parties, not make any very apparent mistakes.
Why should someone who's listening or watching this consider Website Closers, and Paul or the brokers at Website Closers if they're considering selling their business?
I think there is a few reasons. If I would have to, make a priority of the, best interactions, or from my experience, I think the most important thing that at least for me was the quick communication. Speed of communication was very important. Secondly, I always felt like they surely know what they are doing and they are way ahead of what I think they are. And the experience shows in the little details. And I think they were, or Paul definitely was up there, and he always felt like he had the situation covered. He always felt like he's secured. He's been through this like thousands of times. I don't know if he has been thousands of times, but at least that's what it felt like. And at the same time, I think one of Paul's greatest assets is, I feel like his brain is wired like one of these late AI softwares where he's very good at summarizing a lot of information and condensing it down to a very short email. And that for me, which I didn't have a lot of time to go through a lot of emails, a lot of info, irrelevant details, that for me felt like a deal breaker. So he make me feel supported without wasting my time. And I felt like the deal is being taken care of, even though it took a lot more time than I anticipated personally. He told me at the beginning it's going to take more than you think. I didn't believe him, but that's how it was in the end. So I felt very supported, and at the same time, I think I told him what I'm expecting from this, and he delivered on that one thing, which was not waste too much of my time.
Perfect. That was Elias Achim, and offering deep insights into his own exit path. And also, if you're considering selling your business, don't forget to visit us at websiteclosers.com for expert assistance. I'm Nate Lind, and we'll see you next time.